if you talk about Congress people, $174,000 a year is what you get as a paycheck, and it's the minimum that you'll make if you work in Congress, and that's at a time when Congress's approval rating among Americans is at all-time low. I believe it's at 9%. It was at 10%, down to 9% now. This morning, though, we are hearing there are hearings in Congress to try to change that. It's a no-budget, no-pay bill that would cut off paychecks for all members of Congress if they can't pass a budget by the beginning of the fiscal year. Congress has not passed a budget since 2009, and it's the latest idea from the group called No Labels and has bipartisan support. Democratic representative from Tennessee, Jim Cooper, proposed the House version bill. He and Tom Davis, who's a former Republican congressman from Virginia, are both co-founders of No Labels, and they're going to be testifying at a hearing today. Good morning, gentlemen. It's nice to see you both. Congressman Davis, always nice to see you and even have you in person when you have a chance to come visit with us. I know what is behind the bill is a frustration, and I'll get to that in a moment. But first, I want you to walk me through the specifics of the bill that's proposed.
Great, Jim.
All it would do is to say that Congress has to pass its budgets and its appropriations bills on time. And on time means by the beginning of the fiscal year, which is October 1st every year. Congress has largely failed to do this in the past. We think it's high time that Congress did its job this year.
Or what?
Or Congress would not be paid. The signs are that Congress could, be a few days late or even a week late, but I think eventually Congress would do the job on time, and because congressmen want to get paid.
So, Congressman Davis, you have co-sponsors, 34 in the House, 6 in the Senate, which is a nice number. That brings you up to 40, but there are several hundred people who have a vested interest in the bill who may not be so inclined to sign on. What's the likelihood that a bill like this would pass?
Well, it's got a hearing in the Senate, and I suspect there'll be hearings in the House at this point. Look, the key here, Congress has not passed its appropriation bills on time since 1996. That means the government agencies can't start doing their work because they don't know what budget they're going to have for the year. It means contracts aren't let, people aren't hired, innovations don't take. So this is really born out of frustration. The Senate passed a resolution last year that said if there was a shutdown, senators wouldn't get paid. So there, I think, is a frustration even among the members that they want to get this stuff done. They just haven't been able to do it. A year ago, it was May before you got the appropriation bills done for a fiscal year that started October 1st.
Catherine, is this legal?
Sure. You've seen governors do this, and it's occurred in state houses. Absolutely, the legislature should do it. And I think they should do other things that this organization is talking about. I mean, the notion that we're not getting a 5-day work week, the notion that these guys can show up on a Tuesday afternoon and go home on a Thursday afternoon and take the kind of recesses that they get.
We talk about insider trading.
Insider trading. And we won't even get into all the manipulation of the rules and how they're stymieing the processes. But I think this is a great step. If you can get a bipartisan passage of this, more power, that would be absolutely extraordinary. But we've got to do something because they're stalemating the entire process.
Ultimately, gentlemen, I'm sure that this is really about frustration and trying to stave off the public frustration with the system. Is internally there frustration in Congress as well? I mean, you must be embarrassed and horrified by those low approval numbers, right?
It's tremendous frustration because Congress right now is not doing the job the American people expect and demand. So what this bill is about aligning interests. Today, there's some members of Congress who actually benefit from these delays. We want to make sure that no one benefits from these delays.
Tell me how they benefit.
Well, they get publicity, and publicity in politics is like gold. Some of them are able to favor certain special interests by not having a cut take place as soon as it would have taken place. There are other ways that you can manipulate the system, but we've got to do our work on time. Everybody back home understands if you don't do your work, you don't get paid. The same should be true of Congress.
But, the median net worth of a congressperson is just under $1 million. I was surprised to read that. That sounded super, super high to me. So do you think really ultimately withhold salary at the end of the day is going to be a huge, I guess, disincentive to, to sit around and basically run to open mics and hold press conferences and day?
I've been out for 3 years, and I said retired undefeated and unindicted and just happy to get. But
we love when you say that, by the way.
But there's tremendous frustration among rank and file members who come to Washington to get things done, only you find out they don't always get the choices that they want on this. And I think the theory behind this is, if the members are saying let's get it done on time, they will prevail on the leaders to bring the votes up in a timely manner.
I think it's a great idea. Why not add the word balanced to the board budget too? Pass a balanced budget and then you get your pay.
Baby steps.
You'll never get paid.
Whoa, Brett, don't go crazy. All right, gentlemen, it's nice to see you. Thanks for talking with us this morning. Obviously, we're going to follow up and see how this goes when you do your testifying today. Still ahead this morning on